The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. Last week, Raw was a decent show. And Raw was trash. And SmackDown was trash. This week, Raw was bad. SmackDown was actually enjoyable. It's the Wheel of Fortune. It's the Wheel of Fortune. So anyway, welcome back everyone to the channel. You're going to be hearing my thoughts and opinions on SmackDown Live, July 9th, 2019. The show started off with Ziggler outside being interviewed by Kayla Braxton. Then Kevin Owens would interrupt by honking his horn of his car. And it leads to a brawl between Kevin and Ziggler. And then Shane cancels Owens' match. Ooh. Sorry about that. Then Shane McMahon cancels Shane's match with Dolph Ziggler. Kevin Owens would then come out on the official starting of SmackDown when they played the theme song and their logo and all that stuff. Then Kevin Owens comes out and delivers a pipe bomb on Shane McMahon, saying how Kevin Owens' pipe bomb, how Kevin Owens came out and lashed out at Shane, about how he's sucking up airtime from from other wrestlers like Buddy Murphy, Ali, Liv Morgan, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Apollo Crews, AOP. And honestly, it's all truth and factual. It's all 100% truth. First, The Miz said these things about Shane, and now Kevin is saying these things about Shane. Now, I'm the type of guy that respects others' opinions. And in my opinion, this was a great way to start off SmackDown Live. And SmackDown was so hot after that opening segment, it continued on. We got Shinsuke Nakamura versus Finn Balor as the opening match. Now, I know a lot of people tend to complain when a champion takes the loss. Yes, I do too. But I'm going to straight up say, this is my opinion at the end of the day. Finn Balor, I don't think Finn Balor has lost a match since that time he got pinned by Andrade, when Andrade was drafted to Raw in the Superstar Shakeup before Andrade got drafted back to SmackDown. I think that was the last time Finn Balor was ever pinned. Unless I'm mistaken. But because of this, I was okay with Nakamura getting the win. And at the end of the day, if Nakamura is supposed to be Finn Balor's next contender for the championship, to me, this makes sense. To me, this makes sense to give Nakamura the win. Sure, I know people don't like it when champions lose. I don't like it when champions lose, but Finn Balor isn't the IIconics level of losing every match like champions. Champions losing every match. He's not at the IIconics' level. Or the Revival's level of losing. So I think Finn is casually taking not many losses, but losses to the point where it's okay for him to lose. So I'm okay with this. And I say, save their rematch for SummerSlam. I know some people wouldn't mind seeing it at Extreme Rules. I think save Nakamura and Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship. I would just straight up save that for SummerSlam. That's what I would do. So Samoa Joe had a little backstage segment. It was a good segment. I was entertained by Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe, he has, you know, I'm not Samoa Joe's biggest fan either, but my God, man, he's a future world champion. WWE needs to realize what they've got in him. He's worth more than just being a placeholder for Kofi Kingston. Now, I don't know if Kofi Kingston is going to survive Samoa Joe, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense for Samoa Joe to win the WWE Championship. Yes, I know I've said I would not mind seeing Samoa Joe win the championship, but at the end of the day, Samoa Joe's on Raw. So it doesn't make sense for a Raw guy to win the WWE Championship. I'll say it, I said the same thing with Alexa. It doesn't make sense for her, for a Raw girl to challenge for a SmackDown title. And speaking of Alexa, Bayley and Nikki Cross have a contract signing for the handicap match. Same old garbage with these two. Bayley accusing Alexa Bliss for using Nikki Cross. And you know what? I'm gonna make a bold guess to all you people. People, the way the storyline is going, that everyone keeps targeting Alexa as like she's the one that's manipulating Nikki Cross. What if it's Nikki Cross that's manipulating Alexa? What if it's the other way around? Because I could potentially see this as a way that Nikki Cross is giving Alexa opportunities, and because Alexa is losing, and when Alexa loses, Nikki Cross can straight up snap. She can get mad that Alexa Bliss keeps losing, despite the fact she's giving her chance after chance after chance after chance, and then you have Nikki Cross turn on Alexa. And then in turn, you turn Alexa babyface, and you turn Nikki Cross heel. Sounds good to me. Yeah, Nikki Cross had a match with Carmella. Who really cares? I really didn't. I really didn't. I knew Nikki Cross was going to get the W. The IIconics were backstage with Asuka, Kairi, Sane, and Paige. They had a little back and forth. Now, I will probably say this was definitely a lot better than the last time they had a backstage segment together, where Asuka, Kairi, and Paige were all screaming IIconic at the top of their lungs, being cringe as hell. Paige, Billie Kay says that she is feeling ill, and she's feeling sick, and they can't defend their titles. And I heard that Peyton Royce had a bachelorette party to celebrate with Shawn Spears. Are they married or are they engaged? I don't know what the hell, but apparently the reason why they were off TV is because Peyton was having a bachelorette party. Don't know what for. If people know, then you guys can let me know. But at the end of the day, I don't know really what it was for. All I heard, it had something to do with Shawn Spears. So, maybe they're getting married. I don't know. But anyway. Are they going to do this for Extreme Rules? Are they going to book this match for Extreme Rules? Or are they going to save it for SummerSlam? Is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to make us wait until SummerSlam just to see the IIconics just eventually drop the belts? You may as well just have them fight each other at Extreme Rules. And at the end of the day, here's another thing I want to get straight out. I know there are people that don't like the IIconics, but let me tell you guys this. It doesn't matter who holds those championships. At the end of the day, it's going to be the same old thing. It happened with Sasha Banks and Bayley. Well, Sasha Banks and Bayley, they were lucky enough to at least have some tag teams to feud with, like Nia and Tamina. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The IIconics have done nothing with the belts. Boss and Her Connection really didn't do anything with the titles. And neither will Asuka and Kairi Sane if they win them. They'll just end up like the IIconics. They'll win the titles, they won't be seen for months, and they'll come on casually. So, at the end of the day, I don't think it really matters who holds those titles. The only other tag team that Asuka and Kairi Sane could defend their titles against are busy in a feud with Ember Moon. So I don't really see the point. Also, at the end of this, Paige slapped Billie Kay in the face. So we had an entertaining segment with Heavy Machinery, New Day, and the Planet's champions when they were talking down each other. And then we went into Otis versus Xavier Woods and Daniel Bryan in a triple threat. Now, this triple threat match, I thought it was alright. Otis got the win with the compactor. At least that's what I think it's called. I know it's their tag team move, but I think it's fair if he does it as a finishing move as well as a single star. So, Otis got the victory there. And I can tell the fans are really starting to grow on their Heavy Machinery because I've been paying attention. The crowd are really getting in to Heavy Machinery. So, how they're being booked is actually working. Final backstage segment I'm going to talk about. Kofi Kingston had an interview, but I know people don't care about that. The final thing is Aleister Black, and who was revealed as the person that knocked on his door. A lot of people were making predictions. People were saying Randy Orton. People were saying Bray Wyatt. People were saying Buddy Murphy, Ali. But it was revealed to be Cesaro. Now, I'm perfectly fine with Cesaro. I heard one person mention about how it should have been Randy Orton, but I ended up telling him, I said, hey, just save Aleister Black versus Orton for SummerSlam. If you really want Aleister Black versus Randy Orton, I'd do that for SummerSlam. I don't think Extreme Rules is a good pay-per-view for Randy Orton and Aleister Black. A B-level pay-per-view for Randy Orton, who's one of the greatest of all time. You're going to have him put over Aleister Black in a B-level pay-per-view? I think having Orton put over Aleister Black at a SummerSlam would be more impactful for Aleister Black's career. I mentioned last year how I would have been okay with Andrade versus Randy Orton. But that never happened because Orton went heel. Because Orton's a heel and you got Aleister Black, who's the new guy, it makes sense to do Orton and Aleister Black. So yeah, I don't know why people are upset with Cesaro. I'm fine with Cesaro. I think Cesaro and Aleister Black can put on a good match. They have the potential to give us a really good match. People want to see good matches. This is one of them. So yeah, in the main event, it was Roman Reigns and Dolph Ziggler because Shane McMahon cancelled Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler and changed it to Roman Reigns and Dolph Ziggler. And Shane McMahon thought it was a good idea that he gets his lackeys, Drew McIntyre and Elias, to come out and try to aid Dolph Ziggler. And at the end of the day, it didn't work. So Kevin Owens came back and delivered a Stone Cold Stunner to Shane McMahon, Roman Reigns delivered a spear to Dolph Ziggler and got the 1, 2, 3, and SmackDown immediately goes off the air. You see the SmackDown logo in the corner as Roman Reigns is delivering the pin, and the show goes off the air while Roman is celebrating and Kevin Owens is in the crowd screaming at Shane McMahon. So overall, guys, those are my thoughts on SmackDown Live. I thought SmackDown was actually quite enjoyable. I thought it was an alright show. I didn't really see many issues with it. Yes, there are definitely still some improvements that WWE needs, but at the end of the day, Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff will be taking control over Raw and SmackDown after Extreme Rules. So the new era will begin from there, hopefully. So we'll see what happens from there. So those are my thoughts and opinions on SmackDown. I thought it was an enjoyable show, and yeah, I didn't find a lot wrong with it. And also, here's another thing I want to mention real quick. I feel like WWE actually did a much better job with their ads this time. This is the final thing I'll mention before I go. The way they handled their ads on Monday Night Raw, that wasn't the right way to do it. I feel like they're handling it much better on SmackDown because they're not spamming 2 out of 3 falls matches or elimination matches. Yeah, they did it at the start, but they're not really doing it now for SmackDown Live. So, I've been saying you don't need elimination matches and 2 out of 3 falls matches to make the no wrestling during commercial thing good. There are ways around it. There are ways to make it work. And I've been saying just let the wrestlers wrestle, and then when their matches are over, then you go to commercial break. I've been saying that. That's all you gotta do. Have them wrestle, then they go to break. That's all I've been saying. That's all they have to do. And I feel like SmackDown did a much better job with the ads this week, today, than Monday Night Raw. Also, Mandy was in another segment with Amber Moon. I really don't care. This feud has really meant nothing. Mandy and Sonya want Amber Moon to find a partner. I hope it's Liv Morgan, because I really want to see Liv Morgan on television. But I don't really think it. I just don't see that being possible. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts and opinions on SmackDown. Overall, I thought it was a decent show. And if you think differently, that's fine. So, that's all I've got for you guys. Hit that thumbs up if you guys did enjoy. Comment your thoughts down below. And I'll see you all down the road in the near future for more live streams and even Elimination Chamber predictions and then review. See you guys later.